You think you're building your lats with rows, but you're probably just making your real delt stronger. Just like how I used to, most guys are rowing at the wrong angles and wondering why their back is not growing. I'm going to show you exactly how to fix this. I'm Josh from Regular Guy Fit. After training hundreds of guys, I see this mistake all the time. So the first angle is high to low pull. When you hear the words high to low pulls, think about face pulls. Why? Because this hits your lower traps and your mid back. Now let's go with horizontal pulls. Horizontal pulls is like your classic cable row to mid chest height. All right. So, but here's the trick to using this. You want to keep your elbows tucked in, which means you'll work more of your lats. If you flare out your elbows, you'll work more your mid traps and your rhomboids. So depending on what you're trying to do for that day, that's a little grip trick that you could use. And then finally, from low to high pulls, again, like seated rows, pulling up, you could use the different attachments on the cables. So with your elbows tucked in, this is your lat builder. All right, you should feel like you're hugging your ribs as you pull. Another good technique to get your lats stronger is just to do the lat pull down. Now let's go more into your grip. Your grip changes everything. Your hand position and decides which part of your back that your muscles are primarily engaged. If you're doing all your rows the same way, you're probably leaving a lot of gains on the table. Let's start with your upper traps. The best grip for this is wide and overhand grip. Why? Because a wide grip with the elbows flared out targets the upper traps by increasing the scapular elevation and retraction. Think shrug and squeeze at the top. For example, imagine yourself shrugging and squeezing at the top. Control the release to keep the tension high. Now let's go to the rhomboids, which is between the shoulder blades. The best grip for your rhomboids is wide, slightly higher pull, like more towards the chest. Why? Because flared elbows and pulling towards your sternum emphasize the scapular retraction, which is the main job of the rhomboids. Now let's go to the mid traps and the posterior delts. Now the best grip for the mid traps and the posterior delts is medium grip, overhand, or neutral. Why? Because pulling to the mid rib cage at a 45 degree brings the mid traps and rear delts into play. What you need to think about is keeping your chest lifted and don't let your shoulders round forward. Next is everybody's favorite, which is the lats. So the best grip for the lats is the narrow grip, underhand, or neutral grip. Why? Because tucking in your elbows close to the body targets the lat's primary function, which is shoulder extension and abduction. What you need to do is put yourself at a slight forward lean at the start for a deeper lat stretch, then explode back and drive your elbows down and back. Now the lower lats is harder to isolate. The best grip for your lower lats is close and neutral grip, pulling low into the belly button. Why? Because this puts you in the strongest mechanical position to hit the lower fibers. Think about keeping your elbows tight to the body and imagine pulling into your pockets behind you. So the best grip for the spinal erectors is, it doesn't matter, any grip will work. Why? Because your spinal erectors are working isometrically to keep your torso upright and locked in throughout the whole row anyways. And that's pretty much it. I hope I answered your question, Deke. Hope this video helps you, brother. And if anybody else has any more questions or whatever, leave them in the comments. If you want to see another video, I will make a video on it. Just request it and YouTube will get your own video on my channel. See you next video.